My name is Sic Randers and I play the fiddle. I'm squeaking tonight on behalf of the Royal Society for the Preservation of Piss Renunciation. And just remember, ladies and gentlemen, if at first you don't succeed, high five, try again. After all, foam wasn't spilled in a train, and don't put all your legs in one gusset. Ronnie Barker, 1975. This next number has nothing to do with... And don't clap on your own, they'll throw you a fish. Now... Oh, I like it, yeah. Now, oh, Alistair, could I have just a tiny bit more fiddle over this side for this next one, which is called Port Merion. And Port Merion is, well, you know, Dave, Pegg and I, we were both born in Birmingham. And just outside Birmingham, there's a place called Wales. And my geography is not great, I have to warn you. History, well, yeah. I could never find the geography classroom at school. I was wondering about that. But I digress, don't I? Yeah, Port Merion is a place near Port Maddock in a part of Wales that escapes me. But that Patrick McGowan didn't escape from in the series The Prisoner. Do you remember that? Not Prisoner Cell Block Q or whatever it was. But The Prisoner, starring, do you know that series I'm talking about? The cult 60s series, yes, which was actually not some amazing film set. It was this fantasy village called Port Merion. And I hope you get to visit it one day. And I hope, yes, I'll change your dealer. Port Merion, ladies and gentlemen.
So Rick Loves the Life of Percy Grainger, going to be directed by Ken Russell, co-starring Madonna, and which is very
first on what
Melbourne Musos.
Melbourne Musos. You heard it first here, folks.
Which would be very apt because not only is Madonna going to have the starring role, but Percy Grainger was also famous for very much enjoying the odd spanking.
I believe so, and Madonna would fit into very well with this, wouldn't she? Yeah.
Yes. So the first showing of the picture will be at our at our Hellfire Club down here.
Hellfire Club. I haven't heard of that one. Should we go there now?
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do they have folk rock bands down there?
Fairport Convention? I don't know. You see, well, I'm actually in a Zappa, Frank Zappa cover band, and we're actually trying to get a gig at the Hellfire Club, and if we do, we're going to go there wearing our Gaffa underpants.
I guess they're really painful when you take them off.
Just a little. We have to use a lot of talcum powder. Oh, yes. And that way we don't have to pay for the extra spank.
In a very interesting way, I think, yeah.
Well, there you are.
There you are.
Tell us about all your wacky stage presence. I mean, you're actually a dynamo on stage.
Well, the move, I move around a lot because I mean the flippant answer is that present a moving target or whatever. I don't know. It's sort of. Is that a nervous thing? Maybe I don't know what it is. I've always liked dancing around. When we play dance tunes with Fairport, it seems natural to dance around. Some people say, you should stand still, but they're dance tunes. Dance tunes, it seems, call me old-fashioned, but I figure it's not, too stupid to dance to them. I don't think I move around too much when we're playing, Crazy Man Michael or stuff. But I sway around. I guess I'm emoting.
Right.
Yeah, Percy liked to emote.
Well, with your emoting on the violin, tell me a little bit about your background on the violin. You have an amazing, if I can be sort of extra musical here, I mean, your use of harmonics, if I can get really technical, is absolutely fascinating.
Well, harmonics, I love harmonics. And they're all over the fiddle, and in places that you wouldn't normally expect to find them. It's a device not used too often by folk fiddle players. Stefan Grappelli is a great master of the harmonics. He uses them great. Also, quite recently I saw Robert Plant and Jimmy Page,
right.
old pals as well. Robert Plant especially is an old pal of ours and has appeared at the Crop Pretty Festival some 3 times. If you get the chance to see them, they're amazing, Plant and Page. And they got 2 string sections, one Western and one Egyptian, an Egyptian string section. And the leader, I actually met the guy who was the lead fiddle player, and he was talking about these harmonics that he does and what. And I clocked him in the show and I bought the video and watched very closely. And they have this more Eastern way of playing harmonics where you very lightly touch the string and you have to get the bowing right and stuff. And then you can do completely fluid harmonics anywhere. So I've started to mix that in quite a lot with. It's a bit like a new trick for me. I may have even overused it sometimes because I'm so fascinated.
So. I thought it was
I'm pleased because it's like a new toy almost. But I've always used harmonics. My background is self-taught, and my background is specifically jazz, rather than folk. Really, I started out my great, apart from Grainger and the other team of composers that were in that movement, like Vaughan Williams and Delius and Gustav Holst and George Butterworth and all those guys. But my other great love was like jazz rock, the music of John McLaughlin, Chick Corea, Miles Davis, of course, and Joe Zawinul on Weather Report, Jaco Pastorius, God bless you, Jaco. He's up there jamming with Percy and Jimmy and John, right. I know it. And Jerry Garcia as well, probably. Well, what a romantic I am.
Jean-Luc Ponty as well?
Jean-Luc Ponty, I love Jean-Luc Ponty's playing, yeah. Magnificent player, Jean-Luc Ponty.
His keyboard player for many years was Alan Zavod.
Zavod, yeah.
He's a Melbourne man.
I didn't know that. Yes. I never knew that. I'd always kind of assumed that he was an American.
No.
I didn't know.
Alan's a local lad.
He's tremendous, yeah. Alan Zavod, yeah. Because I used to be in the British jazz rock group, The Soft Machine, which I played with. Had another Alan Holdsworth, and the great John Etheridge, and it's great, And then I was in a version of the Albion Band at the same time as being in Soft Machine, 1977 through to 80. I was in the Albion Band that made an album called Rise Up Like the Sun, and that was kind of a nice period, you know. And in that band included Dave Mattox and Simon Nicol from the current Fairport lineup. So it was all mingling in there, you know. I'm kind of a jazz musician with a great affection for folk music. I love playing folk music, or trying to. Or I'm not really, you know, when I play an Irish tune, it is not in. People always used to say of Dave Swarbrick that he played in a jazzy way. You know, God knows what they say about me. I don't know, but I don't play in the Irish idiom. You know, I admire it immensely. You know, there's great players like Martin Hayes. I mean, he's an Irish American and stuff, and all the great Irish players. I love them. You know.
Well, he was here just recently too.
Yeah, we were hoping to catch up with him. I think we'll catch up with him later in America. So he's a great guy. Yeah.
With Fairport Convention.
Still spying from the gig. Your forehead doesn't always know that the gig's over. You know, it's these bright TV lights. No.
Oh, they're Channel 31 lights, I think.
Oh no, there's like cigarette lights.
Yeah, there's a torch over there.
Yeah.
With Fairport Convention. People would, you know, people love to put things in boxes, bang, bang, bang. I'm sure they'd get a big surprise about the fact that you're mentioning Eastern influences, Stefan Grappelli, jazz influences and all that. To what extent does Fairport Convention research their CDs, research their songs for new material?
Martin does a lot of, he has a lot of material in books, you know. He's a great collector of folk song music and stuff. And you know, I suppose I don't really tend to do much research myself. My contribution to the band is simply instrumental and writing of instrumentals, you know, which absorb folky affectations, I suppose. You know? So I try and write instrumentals, like the last one we finished with tonight, Mock Morris, which you know, that was tunes written roughly in the style of Morris dance tunes. I think they're pieces which, as a jazz player, I would have probably never written, but I'm very happy to have, you know, in Port Merion, written in a sort of lyrical style, you know, and certain tunes I've written in the style of, tried to write in the style of O'Carolan, the, you know, Irish harpist, harp player. Yeah, but Martin does a lot of research, and we're always looking for material. We're always looking for songs, because we don't have any songwriters as such in the band. Pegg has probably told you this already. But and the staff have just finished here, folks. But we're going to carry on.
Have you done any Morris dancing? You've got Morris tunes. I mean, my recollection of Morris dancing was when I was with the Essendon City Brass Band at festivals, and we used to march up the road going zhup de doo, and we used to have these Morris dancers always in front of us waving their hankies. Yeah,
well, no, I haven't actually done any Morris dancing myself, except the occasional free-form Morris dancing. You know.
Ooh.
Yeah, just like...
Is that with the Gaffa underpants?
That's with the Gaffa underpants. Yeah, I knew we'd get back to the Gaffa underpants. But I've just changed my mind. I don't want Madonna. Can I have Andy McDowell instead? I think.
Andy McDowell?
Yeah.
Instead of Madonna?
Yeah.
I think that's a wise choice.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing against Madonna, you know, particularly, but I just been thinking about it. I've just been, you know, mulling it over there, and I think you got the gig.
Yeah, I think in myself, I mean, if I was to do any Morris dancing with flapping hankies, I'd like to do it with Elle McPherson myself, but that's very commercial.
Oh, well, I suppose that is, yeah. That's not. And I've been amazed how many girls there are over here, you know, actually called Kylie. It is quite a popular name, isn't it? Yeah.
It sort of puts everyone sort of... It's sort of like they could be the dancing girls for Techno Tull.
Techno Tull. You could have those famous pop producers, Lock, Stock and Barrel.
Yes, and umcha, songs from the wood. Umcha, songs from the wood. Hey, umcha.
You got a hit here. You got a hit. Mart will sample it. At the moment he's sampling some type of alcohol, probably.
No worries.
Yeah.
Well, Rick...
Anyway, it's been great. Now I hope it's not another 10 years before we get back as well.
What would it take for us Aussies out here to get you back lock, stock and barrel, like, that's stealing from what you just said, with Dave on drums and the full electric ensemble?
What would it take, at least?
Is this actual dollar figure here? Or...
We'll do it for a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Oh, you're on? Okay. Rick.
We fixed it up. That was fun.
They're back into it.
Yeah.
No, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to be here.
So I wonder if Andy would like the Gaffa. You know, what do you think?
I love the Gaffa. It just gives you
You
that
should look
sort
good
of,
in that, yeah.
Well, you know how you sometimes, if you scull a scotch or do a torpedo, skull,
Oh, yeah,
straight
okay.
down, sorry, you get that instant hit, sort of, you get that sort of alcohol hit. Well, if you rip it off real quick, you get sort of like that pubic hit.
Yeah,
you know?
there was two major figures in Grainger's life, Karen Holton and his wife, Elle Grainger. So
Right.
we could have Andy and Elle, you see, playing one or the other.
That's it.
That's
I mean,
it. And we'd be laughing, yeah. Yeah. Thanks very much. Good night. Yeah. Thanks to Stephen. Wonderful. Very well, Australia. Fairport Convention, ladies and gentlemen.